Alright everyone, I'm going to show you guys how to make a custom map with the Project Nugget modding SDK, or currently the map SDK. Alright, so first you want to go to the GitHub for the Project Nugget map SDK. You want to ensure that you have Unity 2022.3.45F1. When you try to open the project, it'll automatically prompt you to install this version, so yeah. Just make sure that you select all the Android build stuff. Then you want to go to Code, and then click Download Zip. And you pretty much just want to extract it. And then in Unity, you want to click Add Project from Disk. And then make sure you open Project Nugget Map SDK, and it should have all of this stuff. Then click Open. You'll see it inside of your project list, and then just open it. So now that you're in the project, you want to open scenes. There's example if you want to see how a map looks like. For example, this is the new world map that you can find in game. And then there's the SDK. Now this is pretty much just a template for making your map, but I'm just going to remove everything. So as you can see, we just have this little cube and a skybox. So I'm just going to drag out this little gorilla. And this is also accurate to player side, so if you need to see how your player will be compared to the actual map, then you can just do this. Also, this is important. See how gorilla and map root are separate? Everything in your map must be a child of the map root, or else it will not be included in the build. There's just this little gorilla right here. If the textures look blurry, you can fix that. Just select the textures, change bilinear to point no filter, and then as you can see, it doesn't look blurry anymore. We can change the color by going to the material. Just change the colors to like purple. And if we go under meta rig, we can like move his arms. And there we go. You may have noticed something. Where is the player going to spawn? You'll have to go to Assets, Map Prefabs, and then this is where you can see a ton of stuff you can spawn. Now first, I'm just going to spawn a spawn position. So this is the player, this is where he'll spawn. So if I just set him like on the gorilla's head, he'll spawn on the gorilla's head. This is a voiceover because I forgot to say this thing about this. You need to add an exit teleporter in your map and just make it so it's clear on where to leave. It needs to be accessible. You can't like add a parkour to leave. It just has to, you know, I can go in the map and I can leave easily. There's a ton of stuff here that you could use. If I want water in my map, I can just put this. And there's two things we could do. We could use assets from the actual project. Like I can import this picnic table and use this in my map. Or you can make something in Blender and export it as an FBX. Or use some sort of website like Sketchfab. I'm just going to import a model that I already have. Just select this folder and drag it in. And now we have it. We can go to source. We can just drag this into our scene. And this is the model that I downloaded. So we can just scale this up how I want it. I'm going to unpack the prefab. Then I drag it under here. And first, this is important. If you want it to have colliders, select them and add a mesh collider. And now they'll have a collider in game. There we go, so this is the map. I'm also going to add some text to my map. I'm going to make it a text mesh, because text mesh pro is not supported right now. I'm going to select the font I want. I'm going to use Gorilla Tag's font, Utopium. You may notice that it is visible through walls. To fix this, all you got to do is just go to Materials, select the material, search up Fixed, and then you'll see this. And then now, it is fixed. Now you can see it's very blurry, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to turn up the font size a ton, and then it'll fix it, and then I can scale it back down. Alright, let's say I'm done with my map. First, you want to make sure that your build settings is set to Android. Mine currently isn't, so I'm just going to switch it to Android. Okay, now I'm on Android. Just going to go to map root, and we're going to change map name to Asteroids Cool Map. I'm going to build map. And is all my objects that you want included in your map a child of the object map root? As you can see, everything is under map root, so we're going to click yes. Now it is done building, so I'll just click OK. And you want to find the file that's your map name with no extension, and it should just say file. This is your map file. You can use this for testing it in-game, or just submitting it. Now I'm going to show you guys how to manually test it before it gets approved. First, you're going to have to use side quest or something that lets you read and write on your headset. And as you can see, this is not detected, so you just have to plug in your headset. Then go to manage files on the headset, go to Android, data, and then go to Nugget Analytics, Project Nugget Revived. Then go to Files, and then SDK Maps, and this will show everything you've installed. Just go to the plus in the bottom right, and then click Add a File. So I'm now onto my headset. You just want to open up the game. Okay, now if I go to Maps, if I go to Map Browser, you'll see it is not here because it is not an approved map. But if I scroll through my maps, it should be here. And right here, Asteroid's Cool Map. And I'm now in the map that you guys just watched me create. The water works. I do have to fix the ropes though. For some reason they're going down. You'll see my text is here. Hello world, welcome to my map. Then my ropes, these little trees, I can pinch climb. I can just, play my map. I can leave the map through here, but please make sure you have an exit teleporter, because, not everyone knows about this. And, So that is how to get your map, that is how to make a map in Project Nugget.